Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Nameless in sort of the beginning of Red's route. And in the last part, we, decided that we weren't going to tell him that that gift was that someone gave us to give to T. We were just going to say it's for T and make Red think that we're in love with T because, plot convenience. I don't know. Anyway, I get it, but I'm still mad at her not, telling everyone that those bitches tried to kill us. Because, hello? The hell? But anyway. So this will be fun. This whole chapter of misunderstanding. That's the whole point of this chapter. Anyway. Soon T will come home from work. I shouldn't forget to him. It's Soy and no one else, so I have to do this favor for her. I promised myself. I opened the door and went out, thinking T would come any minute now. In the living room, Red and Yinho were sitting side by side and watching TV. For some reason, Red's been staying quiet for some time now, because he thinks you're in love with T. Oh, God, girl. The action hero show on TV was beaming out all kinds of colorful lights. Oh my God, my guide sucks. I have my phone propped up on its side so it'll be easier for me to see, and it's just every single time the screen goes dead and I turn it back on, it automatically goes back to the top of the page. It's so fucking annoying. Oh my God, stop being stupid. Oh, that's so irritating. It's just easier if it's on its side and I can click and see, but it's like the guide won't stay when you're there. It's so annoying. Anyway, maybe I can, click on Red and then keep it there. I don't know. They're watching that today again. Red, wasn't that trick so cool? Why is Yinho suddenly into this? That's pretty adorable. Yinho asked Red in an excited voice. I thought Yinho wasn't that interested in action hero shows, but he seems pretty enthusiastic right now. Yeah. But instead, Red seemed to be in low spirits. I couldn't get used to the way he answered indifferently with his shoulders drooped. What's going on with him? I was about to approach him and ask when the front door opened at that moment. Plot convenience. I heard the door unlock and the person I've been waiting for came in. Girl. I'm back. T came back from work. He saw me while taking off his shoes and gave me a kind smile. Glad you're home. Commander, you're here. You're here! Red and Yinho turned their eyes away from the TV and greeted T. Yeah, it's my turn to make dinner today, so I should hurry up. You can rest for a bit. It's fine, I'm not that tired. T smiled at me and went into the library. I came to my senses after seeing him enter his room. T is by himself right now. I was going to say, you don't know that. Yes, you do, because Yuri's never here. I should give him the candies at this chance. I ran to my room to get the bag. It was here. Oh, found it. I took the small bag out and headed to the living room again. I knocked at the door to the library. I heard T say come in and went inside. And Red's like, no. Oh, sorry for bothering you. It's nothing. What's up? It's nothing. I'm just putting on my corset. It takes him way longer than 4 seconds to get in that outfit is all I'm saying. I gave him the candies I was holding behind my back. T made a strange expression after seeing this. Is this for me? Yeah. He looked more confused after I nodded. I would seriously say it's not from me, but I can't tell you who it's from. He thought for a while and asked again, is this from you? I can't tell you who it's from. As Soy asked, I didn't tell him who prepared the present. T looked like he was thinking hard on something. T looked at me with strange eyes. I decided to carry out all the favors Soy asked me right now. I should at least do this for her since I couldn't go to Banjul with her. And since I'm here, I have to ask something. T stopped looking at the candy bag and stared at me. I thought for a while on what to ask first and finally opened my mouth. T, what kind of food do you like? Oh, dear God, girl. I'd be like, look, I'm trying to help someone. That's all this is. Don't get it twisted. Oh, we're so derpy. What? And it'd be nice if you could tell me the places you want to go. T looked flustered. Maybe he doesn't really have preferences. Well, okay, I'll answer your questions. He finally opened his mouth after I urged him, but he looked like he was just hit in the face. My favorite food. You already know that I like coffee and tea, right? That's probably it for food. Coffee and tea are not foods. My microphone was on my headset, wasn't plugged in. Damn. And the places I want to go, I've never thought about that. Will this do? Oh, yes. I nodded. Coffee and tea, I see. I shouldn't forget to tell Soy all this. Thanks for telling me. I smiled at him, but his expression still seemed strange. Oh, is he uncomfortable that I'm in his room? Oh, God, girl. I stopped him from cleaning up his room, so I should get out now. You said you're going to cook dinner after you clean up, right? Tell me if you need anything. Yeah, thanks. T nodded. I left his room cheerfully, but for some reason the back of my head pricked. I think T really has a talent for cooking. He uses the same ingredients as I do, but his dishes are on a completely different level. I never knew steamed eggs could be this good. I wonder if being a good cook is part of his release concept. Yinho kept on exclaiming,
Wow, this is so good!
Thanks.
I think it tastes better today, T.
Yinho chewed with his small mouth. He looked busy trying to praise the food and swallowed it down at the same time. But beside him, Red was just quietly emptying his plate. Even Yuri, who liked to chat around, was showering, so the table was completely silent. It was odd that Red was staying this quiet. He seemed to feel good on the bus. Did I do something wrong? I felt bad after thinking that. Yinho stopped eating and said carefully,
Everyone's quiet today. Lance was always quiet, but Red, is something going on?
Yinho said to Red. Huh? Why? Is it too salty? What? You didn't seem to touch the side dishes. Huh? Oh, no, it's good, it's good. At T's words, Red hurriedly shoved some of the side dishes into his mouth. He must be manic depressive.
Red, are you okay?
Yinho asked again. Red messed up Yinho's hair and forced out a smile. I told you I'm fine. I'm really fine. Then Red turned his head and looked at me. The food the commander made, it's good, isn't it? Me? Oh, it's always good, but I think it's especially good. Did you put something in it? Love. I didn't put anything special. Maybe the food turned out better because I'm feeling so good. Oh, no! Oh, no! I'm feeling so good because the owner loves me. But we don't love you, T. Not in this path. Oh, no! Oh, God! Oh, no! We're gonna break Soy's heart, and T's heart, and Red's heart, and oh, we're gonna get our kneecaps broken by those dumb everything's gonna get broken. Oh, dear. You're feeling good? Yeah, since I got a gift. T said while looking at me. Oh, he must mean the candy bag I gave him earlier. Oh, you're so fucking stupid. See him smile, I think Soy's plan actually worked. I'm glad you like it. Red grew more sullen as I smiled. I was about to ask Red what was really going on with him, but the bathroom door suddenly opened. With white steam coming out behind his back, Yuri looked like he was posing for pictures. Of course, he always looks like that. I quickly turned my gaze. Phew, very refreshing. How about putting on your clothes if you're done showering? Mama T started nagging again. But why is our warrior so sullen? Yuri noticed Red's odd expression and asked, What? Oh, it's nothing. I'm completely fine. You should have been the first one to finish eating, but you're still at the table. That's strange. You didn't eat at all. Well, it's none of my business. I see my honey's almost done. Yeah, everything was so good today. Hurry up and come eat. I tried my best not to see Yuri's shirtless body and answered. Yuri smirked to see me like that. Then he changed the subject back to Red and started teasing him. I see the cherry boy is going through puberty. What are you talking about? Red's face heated up. No need to be so shy. All boys your age have girls they like. Whoa, your face is red. Did you fall in love or something? It's nothing like that.
Red, is something wrong?
That's so, Red suddenly stood up from his seat. Did Yuri cross the line? Everyone stared at Red, surprised. Red? Red's face was so red. Besides, his eyes seemed a bit wet. Is he crying? Red said in a fierce voice. I still like the commander. And T is like, you like me. Oh God, everybody's in love with me. Everyone except Red froze. I don't know if he noticed that, but Red continued mumbling. The commander, I like the commander. I can't hate the commander. And, Red looked at me with a pitiable face. Why are you looking at me? Be happy! What? And like a scene from a soap opera, Red just stormed out of his seat. Of course, the only place Red could go to was Grandpa's room. After he left, heavy silence flowed throughout the table. What a shock. He must be joking. Or he might have misunderstood. Do you think? Red seemed serious. I was flustered at Red suddenly coming out. Coming out! They're like, oh, Red must be in love with the commander. That's weird. No, but before that, why did he tell me to be happy? I think he rehearsed for the play too much. Lance sounded annoyed.
Would he be okay by himself?
I think T should go to him. I looked at T, recalling Red's ardent confession. T seemed flustered, too. I'm sorry. The whole point is we're stupid. And we make everything bad. But this just gets funnier as it goes now. We're an idiot. We caused all this drama. I think there's a misunderstanding. Red likes girls, T said to me. I know Cherry Boy likes girls. My guts are never wrong. Why do I have to think about that red monkey's sexuality issues? Lance already emptied his plate and laid down his spoon. Curie folded his arms and nodded. Well, it's nothing weird. He's growing up. It's natural for boys his age to get confused. What are you talking about? You want to know? Not through you, no. All right. Then I'll refrain from explaining the details. Anyways, I can't see my honey surrounded by such angsty boys. Yuri unfolded his arm and stroked his chin, and he looked at me with a charming smile. My honey, it's not too late. We should go on a date this weekend. I'll be the most handsome, fantastic date no one else can be. I cannot let my darling spend the weekend at home with someone like that Cherry Boy. Tell me, honey, if you have anywhere you wish to go, I'll take you. I'll devote this weekend to my honey. Is there any place you want to go? You're the one who's most harmful to her in this house, Yuri. I'm fine with anything, so put your clothes on. Oh, I'm fine with anything, so first put your clothes on. Yuri pouted at what T and I said. T, you're the most dangerous one in this house. No, actually, T, I'm pretty sure it's you. I'm pretty fucking sure it's you, because you're the one that wants to fucking choke us to death. And you killed Yinho! I mean, I had to share you with Yuri, which I'm okay with, but you killed Yinho! That's just wrong.
But I want to know, too.
Huh? Yinho quietly opened his mouth.
The place Master wants to go in the weekend.
Yinho tugged my clothes and said. The atmosphere suddenly changed at what he said. Until just now, it was all shady because of Yuri. Yinho's innocence is amazing. Oh, really? I want to know that too. I don't really have a place I want to go, but if you do, I want to know. T asked too. Wait, I asked first. Shouldn't you answer just to me? Yuri seemed annoyed at Yinho and T's foul play. Come to think of it, I don't think I've ever thought about it before. I was always alone on weekends, so I never thought to leave the house. Plus, why would you want to? The place I want to visit, the amusement park. I thought for a while, but I soon thought of one place, the Kroby Doll showroom. Oh my god, and they're all like, fuck you, and they leave. No, we are supposed to answer the amusement park. I just wondered, and I was just looking at the guide, I'm like, no, I want to see if Kroby Doll showroom was like a bad bath. That'd be amazing. I'd like to go to the amusement park. The amusement park? I nodded. When I was little, I went to an amusement park once with Grandpa, but that was my first and last time. I've only been there once. Usually everyone goes with their parents when they're young, but my parents were always abroad and busy, so we couldn't. And that's why I begged Grandpa to take me. But it wasn't easy going to the amusement park with Grandpa. I laughed for some reason. Grandpa loved to sit in the library and read books. Amusement parks were not his specialty. So I never thought to ask him. But that day, I really wanted to go to the amusement park. I think it was some sort of celebration day. It wasn't just you and your grandfather that day. Think carefully. Think about who was there with you. Master? I widened my eyes. I heard Yinho's startled voice beside me. Again. It's that voice again. My honey, are you okay? When I came back to my senses, I saw not just Yinho, but everyone staring at me. Oh, yeah. I definitely heard something. And the voice wasn't even new. I definitely heard it before. Very recently at that. but I couldn't think about the voice any longer here. I was too bothered by the worried looks. I just made up an excuse and told them I just suddenly felt dizzy. What was that just now?
Then let's all go to the amusement park someday. It'll be so fun. Hee.
We will attract more attention if we go as a group. Yino looked disappointed from Lance's words. Yuri shrugged his shoulders. You only go as a group when you're in elementary school and going on field trips. Shouldn't a man and a woman go as a couple? It's a commonplace for dates. Is it? Most people go to the amusement park in groups or with your friends, and you have to go with at least an even number of people so there's not one person that's by themselves on a ride. That's all I'm saying. I feel quite obligated after hearing that my honey wants to go to the amusement park. How about it then? Why don't you empty your schedule for this weekend? I'll let you experience how steamy things can get at the amusement park. Nope, I'll refuse. I refused instantly. I'd like to go to the amusement park. Really? T, who was listening quietly, added. I looked at him a bit surprised. I didn't know T likes places like that. T smiled and nodded at my surprise. I should tell this to Soy. I noted to myself so I don't forget. I'm glad I'm now finally able to pay back Soy after everything she's done for me. Oh, dear God, it's misunderstanding after misunderstanding after misunderstanding. My honey, why are you smiling? You're not hoping to go to the amusement park with Mama T, are you?
Huh? Really?
What? No, me with T. I was flustered and stuttered a bit. I glimpsed at T and noticed he was looking at me too. I hurriedly turned my gaze. Well, it's not a matter of whether or not I want to go. The only reason I asked was because of Soy. It's frustrating how I can't just reveal that here. Everything's getting more messed up. Oh, my honey, I see. No wonder Mama T seems so happy just now.
What? What's going on?
I felt just as flustered as Yinho was. What? What are you talking about? I'm talking about that. Yuri grinned. It was a perfect smile, but I hated it. Don't say anything weird and just get dressed. I told him off and took the last bite of my food. All right, I'll eat dinner after I put on my clothes. After those words, Yuri went into his room. I stood up to put my plate in the sink. I noticed then that Red's plate was still on the table. Come to think of it, he just stormed into his room. I was worried about Red. Will Red be okay? I asked T on purpose. Does Red really like T? T looked troubled at my question. He'll be fine soon. The reason he acted like that, to be honest, I can sort of guess why. Huh? Well, what is it? T seemed to know what was going on with Red. If anything happens, I'll take care of it, so don't worry. You just go in and rest. Then should I just let T take care of Red? I ended up nodding to T. I mean, T's always reliable, so he'll be able to fix everything. So T thinks we like him. Red thinks we like T. Everyone thinks Red likes T. And we're like, Soy likes T, and he's happy that he got her gift. And oh my God, we're going to tell her that he wants to go to the amusement park, and we're just completely fucking an idiot. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's kind of funny, and just like this is the dumbest thing ever. Like, it's really not the dumbest thing ever, but you know what I mean? Like, this could have so easily been avoided if we literally just, when we gave it to him, be like, I can't tell you who it's from, but it's not for me. Just make sure you specify it's not from me. Is this from you? No, I can't tell you that. I was sworn to secrecy, but it's not from me. Please don't get the wrong idea. Just simple things like that stop people from getting the wrong idea. And even if they did get the wrong idea, you're like, look, I told you not to get the wrong idea. You just did it anyway. Not my problem. I decided to let T handle the situation and came back to my room. It still bothers me, but it'll probably be okay. Oh, I can't believe we're so derpy. I opened my diary like always. Today, Red took me to the classroom, so I helped so that I wouldn't get into trouble because of that. Oh, I handed T the candy bag she gave me, and Red seemed gloomy all afternoon. Phew, a lot of things happened today. That was literally 2 sentences. I laid down the pen. Okay, like 4, but the page with today's date on it was completely filled with everything that happened today. I looked up to the shelf and saw all my past diaries lined up. I don't have the oldest ones, but I still have several. It's probably because I write in my diary every single day. All the rest must be somewhere in the attic. But that's weird. I started writing in my diary because Grandpa told me to. When I was little, he told me that a diary is the bowl that holds all my memories. How many times do we have to hear this now? He said if I write down all my precious memories, I'd be able to recall them any time by reading the pages. But then, since I always put my memories into the bowl, shouldn't I feel like they're still intact? These days I've been feeling as if my memories are all disconnected and jumbled up, even though I wrote everything in my diary. Well, that was some time ago. I've been getting better now. I'm glad I'm getting better before the boys get really worried. I hope I'm not sick. I was probably just too tired. That's what I want to believe. But I know that it's not just exhaustion. I feel like parts of my memory were wiped clean as if someone cut them out. And I see the ripped pages in my diary and don't, put two and two together. Because that would, I mean, honestly, if you were like, woo, pages of my diary are ripped out, it must mean someone's stealing my memories. That would just be the craziest fucking conclusion to ever come to. I mean, it's what's happening, but nobody would normally think that. What is this? I should just ignore it when I can't get an answer anyways. I should just ignore that people kidnap me. I should just ignore that I'm forgetting everything. I should just ignore. I mean, I can't really blame her, but at the same time, you're like, oh. It's easier when you're like watching her, like, don't just ignore this shit. And then when it's you in real life, you're like, I'll just ignore it. It'll be fine. I shook my head. If it's only going to cause me stress, I should just stop thinking about it. That was what I learned from Red, who was always bright and energetic. Oh, come to think of it, he wasn't like that today. I lied on my bed and kept remembering how sullen Red was. Is he okay? I was more bothered by what he said to me than his shocking confession toward T. What did he mean by be happy? But again, it was a question without an answer. I shut my eyes and wished to myself, I hope tomorrow Red comes back to being himself. See if there's anything new. Nope, it's the same. So that was that. Something horrible happened today. I can't believe I got kidnapped. I can only hope that I get over it quickly. I'm so thankful for the friends who came to save me. If it weren't for Soy and Shinbi, I have no idea what could have happened to me. I think it was a mistake to tell Lance about it. Thanks to that, Red is so depressed. Anyways, Lance pressured me into joining the drama club, and I gave Red the chocolate cookie. I hope he cheers up soon. Why is he so obsessed with being a hero? He's awesome enough without obsessing on such a thing. Anyway, I have to go to school with Lance now? Okay, here's my question. Because I was just thinking about this. People give gifts to Red all the time, and he's like, oh, okay, whatever, cool, you gave him his stuff, and he pays no attention to it. And we gave him a cookie, whatever. But when he sees the present for T, he's not like, oh, okay, cool. He's like, why'd you get T a present and not the rest of us? He's like, oh, instantly it hurts him because he understands what those gifts are meant to be. But when people give him gifts, he doesn't understand it. How does he understand? How? This makes no sense. He has no fucking clue, because, he's Red, so he's a little, whatever. He has no clue when these girls give him presents. Like, that's why T is like, no, I reject all the presents, because I don't have feelings for you, and taking it would make you think you have hope, and no. And Red just takes all the presents, because he doesn't get it, but in this instance, he understood it, but he's still, when that girl shows up and gives him biscuits, he's not going to understand it. But did he feel that way about the cookie? Like, oh my God, you're giving me a cookie. You must love me. Like, I just don't understand his just half obliviousness. Like, he's completely oblivious, except for when we're giving a gift to T that, I mean, I guess because it's not just like a packaged snack. It's like a nice hand-wrapped bag with candies and it looks fancy. Where you're like, what's so special about that? But it's still weird. It's just, anyway. I thought that this morning I'd go to school with Lance. Who knew that Red would drag me out and we'd go to school together? I can almost feel how hot Red's hand was while running with my arm in his hand. Most people almost misunderstood when he took me to the classroom, but Soy took care of it for me. That's it? That's nothing of what you wrote, but whatever. But shattering my hopes, Red was sullen in the morning too. He still insisted that he be my bodyguard this morning, though. Except, thanks to his low spirits, we were awkwardly silent during the whole way. I've never been this quiet with Red, so I didn't know what to do. I decided to break the ice first and open my mouth. Red, are you really going to school with me every morning? Yes, of course. Just trust me. He said that, but he wasn't even looking at me. Are you really okay? Why are your spirits so low? Yeah, I know. Sorry, I just don't feel energetic. Is there something on your mind? Red avoided my eyes again and just scratched his head. I support you. What? Again, I couldn't understand what he said. Yesterday he just stormed off. I don't know what's in his mind, but he sounded like he was promising himself, "Whatever decision you make, I'm on your side. Just don't forget that. Whatever you choose, I'll be by your side, since I made up my mind to protect you." Red, what are you... I was about to ask him what he meant when the bus arrived. Thanks to that, my question was buried under the engine noise. Red waited for me to get on the bus. Waited for me to get on the bus behind me. "Go ahead." I had no choice but to stop talking and get on the bus. And we couldn't have a conversation in the packed bus. I ended up having to keep quiet. What was Red trying to say? There was more than a couple things that bothered me. The way he talks and acts was so different from how he normally was. I had no idea how to treat him.
I see Red saw you off again.
"Oh, did you see?" Everyone saw. Shimby was at the classroom too. I feel like I hadn't seen her in a while and felt glad.
We had no choice but to see. Anyways.
Soy came towards me, and she made sure Shinbi stood behind me so that I can't run away. "How about using all this energy to study for the exams instead of scheming, Soy?" But regardless of what I thought to myself, Soy whispered with sparkling eyes.
How did it go?
"Oh, if you're talking about the present, I gave it to him," I said proudly. Soy widened her eyes.
Oh, he took it?
I put up my thumb. "That's not the only thing. I found out some things about tea."
Friend.
Soy hugged me tight, and I felt something mush on my cheeks. "Ah, get off, I'll tell you." Soy immediately let me go and looked at me with eager eyes. Soy looked like an obedient puppy. She's usually like a hyper beagle. He likes to make and drink coffee and tea, and he said he wants to go to an amusement park.
Oh.
That's all he told me yesterday. Here, I wrote it down for you. Shimby wrote everything I said into a piece of paper and handed it to Soy. Whoops. But Soy didn't take it.
There's no need to write it down. I'll memorize everything about tea.
Why don't you invest at least 1/100th of that passion into your midterms?
I can't take it anymore. You have to go to Benjil with me after school today.
What, today? Her eyes were splattering out hearts.
We didn't go yesterday. I have to see tea today.
Wait, I think I have rehearsals this afternoon. I took out my phone and texted Red. It'd be faster to just ask him myself. "Do we have rehearsals today?" "Yeah, we do." He's the only one that's texting us in this path. As soon as I texted him, I got a reply. "Oh, we have rehearsals after school today. I just started rehearsing yesterday. It'd be too rude to miss practice today. I feel bad for Soy, but I won't be able to go again."
Ugh! Do you really have rehearsals every day? Then when the hell can you go with me?
Soy seemed exasperated. "You can go with me. Tea there was good." Shouldn't be suggested first for some reason. But she usually hates going to places. But she must have liked Banjul's tea a lot.
This girl has to go. Do I have to give up today again?
So I let out a sigh. I felt I did something wrong and felt guilty. "No, girl, no, because Soy's making all this shit awkward." I want to help her, but I can't since I have something else I have to do. We both sighed. We have music class today. Yuri's classes were actually enjoyable. Sometimes he actually feels like a real teacher. I watched with my chin in my hands as he rattled away while making various hand gestures. Yuri was especially passionate today since the music piece was about love. There are various songs that express love. Exciting love, passionate love, desperate love, obsessive love, and heartbreaking love. Everyone awed at Yuri's ardent face. He continued explaining passionately. "And artists like me get especially inspired when we see little kittens in love." Yes, that's all fine. But why is he looking at me? "It's natural that people in love better understand music about love. In that sense, Spacey..." "Yes? What do you think about this piece?" I hurriedly dropped my gaze at Yuri's question and peered at the textbook. And I started to read off all the explanations written about that piece. It's a piece about the impossible love of a middle-class couple in mid-18th century Europe. Oh, Miss Little Kitten, I want to hear your own interpretation. I want to hear your own interpretation only as a person in love can give. What? Feeling flustered, I asked back. A person in love? Is he talking about me? I'd be like, I'm not in love, so... So I raised her hand high just in time.
Mr. Yuri, she wouldn't even know if she's in love.
Come to think of it, I agree. Our little kitty is still very young. Yuri, just teach the damn class. I clutched onto my troubled head. All right, then I'll change the subject and tell you guys about the upcoming midterms. Everyone groaned to hear that. Ugh, the midterms. I don't even want to hear about it. Quiet, quiet. It's nothing to be that scared about, girls and pretty boys. I think a written exam is important, but I also consider actual practice and listening experience to be very crucial. So I'll give extra credit to whoever goes to a concert or a recital.
Oh, so if we mess up the written exam, we won't get an F?
Does a fashion show count? They do have music. That's correct. You'll be able to avoid getting an F. A fashion show is fine too, but instead, you must write about how the music contributed to the show. Yes. Even an amusement park would be fine. The amusement park? Yuri smiled as if he had an underlying scheme. The girls all made a fuss about how beautiful his smile was, but I felt nervous. Yes, since there's music during the parades and rides in an amusement park. It's a place that always has music. Wow! Then I should go to the amusement park! Except, you must describe in detail all the music you heard there, how it affected your experience, what you felt during the rides, and all that. The language must be descriptive and literary. I think I'll just go to a concert. Everyone carefully folded their hopes of going to the amusement park. An amusement park. I'd like to go, but after hearing what Yuri said, it sounds like it'll be a difficult assignment. Now then, class is over for today. Yuri closed the roll book and winked. Huh? Yuri stood behind everyone, excited, exiting the music room and gestured towards me. Is he calling me? I just stood there and pointed at myself, asking, me? Yuri nodded. What does he want? I carefully went to Yuri. Did you call me? Yes. Where do you plan to go for the extra credit assignment? I was just thinking of a recital. Nope, that won't do. I gave out that assignment for a reason. Yuri leaned close and whispered into my ear, which sounds not. If somebody walks in the classroom and they're like, and I'm out. Miss Little Kitty will go to the amusement park. What? Why? I don't want to do a lot of work. I was just lying. Yuri leisurely folded his arms. You didn't... Yes, I did. I just want you to go to the amusement park. I should have realized when he mentioned the amusement park. I just said it in passing, but he must have wanted me to go. But still, this was such a weird and unfair way. I was trying to come up with what to say when Yuri gestured toward my back. It was just me and Yuri in the music room, except a couple kids who were leaving. I can't get misunderstood again. I hurriedly gathered my things. It wasn't something I could just let go of, but we'll have to talk at home. I gathered my things and left the music room. Huh. Does Red's class have music next period? A bunch of students were crowded in front of the door. I saw Red and T in the crowd. T! Yeah, because that's like, oh my god. I'm sorry. OMG. I could see Soy gasping amongst everyone else. No wonder everyone was so eager to leave. They were all trying to see Red and T. T raised his hand slightly to say hi to me and went into the music room. Red was about to follow him when he caught my eyes. He turned bright in an instant. Heroin! You saw my text earlier, right? Don't forget rehearsals today. I nodded and Red waved his hand. I was about to go to the classroom with Soy when I noticed her pout. Oh, she heard about the rehearsal. She looked annoyed that I couldn't go to Banjul with her because of it. We already know about this, though. Besides, she must be more upset since she just saw T. It's fine. You'll have other chances. Shimby patted poor Soy's shoulders. Yeah, we can go when I don't have rehearsals. I comforted her, too. Oh! You were planning to go to Banjul? Huh? I thought Red went in, but he was listening to our conversation with his head peeked out. So we ended up stopping on the spot. Soy grumbled at Red's question.
It wasn't a promise, but you can't go because of the play rehearsal.
Club activities should come first. She'll feel bad if you keep complaining like that. When Shimby firmly said that to Soy, her shoulders drooped. I felt horrible to see her in such low spirits when she was always so energetic. Soy, if you really want to go that bad, you can go without me,
I told you that you had to go. It'll be pointless if you can't go.
What? Heroin? Are you going to Banjul to see T?
Ugh.
Soy hid behind Shimby thinking she just got caught. Red stood there for a while without saying anything. Oh, dear God. Is he offended by Soy's complaint about the rehearsal? I quickly changed the subject. Red, I memorized the first part of the script later, so later we can... Wait, I'll text the president. What? Before I could even finish, Red took out his phone and started texting, and a moment later he got a text. Oh, he texted back. I asked if you could miss the rehearsal today, and he said okay.
Oh, really?
What? Can I really do that? Yeah. Red held onto his phone and gave a bitter smile. Oh, Red, you poor innocent stupid thing. Soy clapped and got excited. He did try to hide it, but I think I just saw his fist shaking a bit. Is he not feeling well? Oh, we're so derpy. Oh, maybe that's why he canceled rehearsals today. Come to think of it, he didn't seem to feel so well. Oh, we're so stupid. Red hesitated for a bit and added, "Well, I told you, whatever choice you make, Never mind, I'll be going now. See you later." Red was about to say something but stopped, and he went back into the music room looking sullen. I wanted to hold him back, but I couldn't call him since everyone was watching. I felt gloomy to see him like that.
Yes! I waited for so long. We're finally going.
I didn't feel any better, even after seeing Soy get so excited. I definitely wanted to help her, but why is Red looking so down? I was more bothered by Red behind the doors rather than Soy, who was shrieking in front of me. I just stood there and watched the closed door until Shimby called me.
Hurry up! We have to get there before all the good seats get taken.
Oh, okay. I hurried my steps at Soy's urge. My footsteps felt heavy for some reason. Bird, what are you shrieking at? Why are you running around the bottom of your cage like a weirdo? It's like he's trying to get to the food that's fallen to the bottom of the cage. You have pounds of food everywhere else. Why do you need that food? You're so fucking weird. Welcome! As always, Zion greeted us at the entrance. I glimpsed at the counter while Zion led us to our seats. They were still selling chocolate cookies in front of the counter. That reminded me of Red again. He looked so gloomy. Should I get some on my way home? I gave him the Red last time to cheer him up. He seemed to feel better after I gave it to him. No, but first, I wanted to know what was making him so sad. I didn't know how to comfort him since I didn't know why. What are you thinking about? Huh? I came back to my senses and saw T right in front of me. Soy and Shimby were already in their seats and staring at me, awkwardly standing there. T playfully waved his hand in front of my face. Here, your seat. Shimby pointed at the empty seat. I hurriedly sat down. Soy finally started talking as I sat down and spoke like an actress on stage.
Haha! Hello, T! We're lucky to have you taking our orders.
Oh, I know you guys. I should at least say hi. As T smiled at me, Soy almost drooled. She's probably glad that I'm here with her. At that moment, Soy said with her glistening eyes,
But T, can I ask you something?
Huh? What is it? T turned his eyes away from me and looked at Soy.
So, do a lot of girls give you presents? I mean, since you're so popular?
Oh, well, I don't know. I think Red from my class gets a lot of presents. Red? T smiled awkwardly. I mean, I guess it's too embarrassing for him to talk about how popular he is. But for some reason, I was bothered by what he said about Red. I don't think he made it up. But I mean, there was a Red fan even among the girls who attacked me. I felt creeped out to think about that incident again. I shook my head and tried to shake off the thought. T continued, "But it takes responsibility to accept gifts people cared to give you, so I try to refuse taking it."
Oh, I heard that too. But you never really accepted a present? Not even once?
I then realized what Soy wanted to say. No, to be more exact, I realized what she wanted to hear. At Soy's words, T looked at me. He must have remembered Soy's candies he got for me. Oh, but oh God, we're so dumb. I did take it once. At those words, Soy's face heated up instantly. Oh my God. I can't believe Soy blushed at just that. This doesn't make sense. Soy must really be in love with T. She asked again, her eyes spattering out hearts. I love that.
Ah, I see. Just once. What present was it?
T seemed a bit confused at Soy's question, but answered willingly. It was a bag of candies.
Oh, candy! Candy's nice. Was it good?
Yeah, they were very good, T said with a sweet smile. Soy looked like she'd melt away any minute now. I felt awkward to sit in between the two. Soy was about to ask something again when we heard Mr. Hoban's voice. T, don't play around and come help in the kitchen. Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. I have to go.
No need to be sorry. Go ahead.
Soy even waved her hands as she said bye. T turned away and headed back to the kitchen. As soon as he disappeared, Soy dropped and plopped down on the table. She must have been tired keeping a straight posture in front of T. Soy buried herself in the chair and mumbled in a small voice,
I can die right now.
Don't die yet. Why? The exams aren't over yet.
You're spoiling the moment. Anyways, I'm so happy. I feel like I can fly.
Soy gathered her hands, looking overwhelmed. If I only consider her looks, she reminds me of a saint.
The one present he took was the one from me.
Soy looked happy as if she already got her man. Are you that happy? Then are you going to tell him it's from you soon?
No, it's not the right time yet. The more important your mission is, the more crucial it is to find the perfect time. I'm thinking about telling him when I give him my next present.
Oh, I see.
But I don't know what to give him. It took me such a long time to figure out what to give him the last time before I thought of candy.
So if you just put half that effort into the exams...
Are you actually saying the exams are as important as tea?
Oops, I guess they're no way similar.
Of course, it's obvious that tea...
The exams are more important. Right? Soy ignored us and started to think about the next present to give him. She looked excited like she was picking her own present. I feel good to see her like that. But can she win him over just by giving him presents? T's very careful about relationships. That's why he doesn't take anyone's present. I don't think he'll open it up just by getting gifts from a stranger. I did want Soy's plan to succeed, but I didn't feel so good about it. Spacey, I think your phone's ringing. Huh? Oh, yeah, it is. I hurriedly checked my phone, and it was vibrating. The name on the screen... Hello? Heroin, it's me! Oh, yeah. I lowered the volume so Soy and Shinbi won't hear. They still think that I only go to school with Red because of the play. Nothing good will come out of them knowing that we're closer than that. I was careful not to say his name out loud and took the call. Nothing happened, right? Huh? What do you mean? I didn't go home with you, so I got worried. Huh? You called me to ask that? Yeah. Yeah, nothing happened. Thanks for worrying. It's a bit noisy. You're not home? Where are you? Here? It's Banjul. Oh, you're still there. All right. He hung up after saying that. Did the rehearsal end early? I checked the clock and realized he should be in rehearsal right now. Calling because he worried. Red is kind of cute that way. It was a different kind of cuteness from Yinho.
Who was it?
Oh, just... I couldn't tell them it was Red and evaded answering. Thankfully, Soy was completely engrossed in watching T, so she didn't care. And she started to inform us about her plan to win over T's heart.
It's important to let him know how I feel, but first, it's crucial that I create a sense of mystery. Shinbi, how do you create a sense of mystery? You see, all you have to do is keep your mouth closed.
Would that really work on T? But if I disagree, Soy will definitely make feel upset, so I just listened quietly. Like that, we drank our tea and chatted. Quite a lot of time passed as we listened to Soy's plan. Shinbi suddenly remembered she had a meeting with her agency, so we hurried up and got ready to leave. Soy said she was still satisfied for reaching her goal for today. I was about to pass the counter and leave when I noticed a small basket. It was a basket of the cookies they were selling. I stared at it for a while and stopped walking. Oh, I'm gonna buy some things to go. You guys go ahead first.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see ya. I sent the two home and stood in front of the counter. I had just seen T while paying, but he came back again. You're going to buy some? T said while pointing at the chocolate cookies. Yeah, I think he liked them. Red, you mean? Yeah. At my answer, T stopped in the middle of wrapping. I asked him if something was wrong, but he just shook his head. It's nothing. T gave me his usual smile and helped me pay for the cookies. He's like, you gave me candy and you're giving Red cookies. Girl! Damn! You're like, yeah, I give everybody gifts. Just saying. Man harem. Trying to win you all over. I'm trying to get all the pieces of the hearts at one time. Fuck this path by path shit. He's like, wait. He's confused. But he didn't give me back my change and hesitated for a while. I didn't realize that changed, and I was like, why didn't it change when I clicked? Oh my god. About the candies you gave me yesterday. Huh? Oh, that. Yeah, why? You said you can't tell me who it's from, right? Yeah? I avoided his gaze on purpose. But T was smarter than me. Spacey... T called my name in a serious voice. Anyone would have no choice but to turn around when he calls you in that voice. I ended up facing him, feeling guilty as if I did something wrong. You said you can't reveal who it's from, but it's not from you, is it? Oh, me? It's not me. I was anxious about whether he'd mentioned soy, but T said something completely unexpected. Did he think I prepared it for him? I thought T'd know right away that it wasn't from me. I see. Huh? It's nothing. Here, you have to take this. T handed me the wrapped cookies and my change. I took them, feeling I did something bad to him. T told me to get home safely and waved his hand. I felt T staring at me even as I opened the door and left the cafe. Should I take the bus? Huh. I was looking around the street, but something was weird. Everyone was turning their heads and glimpsing at something. Is something there? Huh. I saw a familiar uniform where everyone was staring. No, it wasn't just a familiar uniform. That's the red hair I see every day. Oh, he came to get us. That's adorable. Red? As I called him, he turned around. It really is Red. Oh, heroin. Did you just come out? Oh, yeah, but what are you doing here? I waited for you. Me? Yeah, I told you. I'm going to be by your side now. Oh. I remembered what he said as we ran through the alley. He must have remembered that. This is where you're like, here, I brought you cookies. Be like, I got you more cookies. Because I love you. Not tea. I love you, not tea. Oh my God. I didn't know he'd keep the promise. I'm touched. Thank you. Red looked embarrassed at my thanks and rubbed his nose. Oh. Then should we go? Red walked right by my side like when we go to school. I really feel like I've met my knight in shining armor. Aw. The bus stopped. Red had me get off first this time too and followed me. And he came right by my side again and walked. This feels like I have a pet dog beside me. That's a weird way to think of the man you want to have sex with. But I'll get embarrassed if Red notices how I feel. I tried my best not to smile, and I asked him what I'd been wondering about before. Did rehearsal end early today? I was surprised you were at Banjul. Red flinched at what I said. Yeah, I asked if we could end early. I didn't know when you'd leave, so I wanted to wait for you. Red said while smiling. Oh, that's why he called earlier. We would have missed each other if I had gone home. Then he would have gone home by himself, and the rehearsal would have ended early for nothing. But above everything else, I'm so thankful that he puts my safety first. I wanted to say thanks, but I didn't. Since I wanted to give him the chocolate cookies first, I rummaged through my bag. At the sound, Red looked curiously into my bag. Ta-da! Wow, are these for me? Yeah, you seem to like them. Red's expression grew brighter at my words. Thanks, heroine. It felt good to see him smile so cheerfully. Yes, this is the Red I know. I was worried since he looked so sullen, but I think he feels better now. I was about to give him a bright smile when... Huh? Red, what's wrong? Red seemed to be caught up in his thoughts with the cookies in his hands. We slowly stopped walking. Red glanced back and forth between the gift in his hand and my face, and finally opened his mouth. Can I ask you something? What is it? Why are you giving this to me? Oh, that's... I was lost for words at the sudden question. Why did I give it to him? That's... When Grandpa was alive... No, because you like it. When Grandpa was alive. What is that? It's because you like them. I kept remembering how much you liked the cookie last time. Red stared at me. He seems to be asking if that's really it. Because of his expression, I began to think again. Come to think of it, it might just be my habit. Oh, come to think of it, when Grandpa was alive, I used to often buy sweets on my way home. Grandpa liked those things. I think it's become a habit. Red seemed caught up in his thoughts for a while. Grandpa, yeah. Come to think about it, you talked about him sometimes. I remember hearing about him when I was a doll. You didn't say anything specific, but you said you miss him a lot. Red slurred his words a bit and frowned for a while. He hesitated, but soon started talking again. He's like, I wanted you to give them to me because you love me. We do, but we can't tell you that yet. What was your grandfather like? I want to know. Lance must know everything, though. That makes me mad. I was about to get serious, but I couldn't help but laugh to see him burn with resentment towards Lance. Oh my God. Red looks really simple-minded, but I think he has a lot of problems of his own. He might have wanted to ask about Grandpa for a while now. But it was hard to explain. Where should I start? Grandpa is too important for me to just describe him with a couple of words. Red clapped from seeing me think and said, You know, I don't really know, but he's very important to you and he's influenced you a lot, so, yeah. Isn't he a great man? A really awesome hero. A great man and a hero. Well, at least to me, he is. Red didn't know Grandpa, but I feel good to hear Red speak highly of him. Grandpa would have laughed out loud to hear this. I hope I become someone like that. Huh? What? Red mumbled something, but it was so small I couldn't hear him. But Red didn't answer and just smiled awkwardly. And he lowered his head and looked at the cookies in his hand. Why aren't you eating? The chocolate will melt if you hold it like that. I thought it was odd and asked Red, but he looked at me with a hardened expression. Heroin? Yeah? Oh. What do you think about great men or heroes? Are you talking about Grandpa? No, no, I'll just change my question. What do you like about the commander? Huh? Tea? I was taken aback at him suddenly mentioning tea when we were talking about Grandpa. Why is he asking me like that? I thought for a while and answered, well, he's nice. He's like a big brother. He takes care of you. Oh. Isn't that why he's popular? Well, of course his handsome looks are the biggest reason. I remembered Soy head over heels in love with T and calling him Prince Sunshine or something like that. I was smirking at the thought of Soy, but Red looked sullen again. What's really going on with him? I feel like Red's like that because something I said. Did I say something wrong without noticing? I couldn't stand it and asked Red. Red, something's going on with you, isn't it? Why are you so down? Huh? Me? Then who else? You were like that during dinner yesterday and this morning, too. You're like that even now. You seem so lifeless. He was a bit weird after music class today, too, when he told me I could miss the rehearsal today. I didn't even ask him. After that, he trudged into the music room again. Red looked sorry for making me worry and scratched his head. What's wrong? I was bothered the whole day because of what you said this morning. What I said this morning? Yeah, don't you remember what you told me on the way to school? You said you'd support me. I didn't know what you were talking about. Does it have to do with why you've been so gloomy lately? I can't tell you that. About those candies, I can't tell you about that either. It's a great way to start off a relationship. I can't tell you. I can't tell you. Magical. But I meant what I said. If you don't explain and just say whatever, then I have no idea. I'm sorry. I was feeling a bit frustrated talking to him when he suddenly yelled out loud. I couldn't say anything back because of Red's expression. His clenched fist told me he wanted to hit someone, but his face looked like he'd just been hit. Why does he look so hurt? I felt confused. I'm sorry, I don't have the courage to tell you everything you want to know, but I'll be by your side no matter what happens. I really mean it. When I say that I want to be the one by your side forever, and I'll help you with whatever troubles you. So that's why I said I'd support you with whatever you choose. I'll be by your side forever, even if you're sleeping with T. So weird. You're my one and only owner and my only heroine. I was lost for words from what Red said. I felt my head heat up. I feel like I just heard someone confess their love to me. You kind of did. Huh? Red didn't notice how red my face turned and he held onto my hands. Aww. I think my hands will get red too. No, is my whole vision turning red? I feel like Red's blushing too. Even if I can't stand by your side, I'll be happy with just being around you. So I'll become a great hero. Red said as if pledging to me. After saying that, he slowly let go of my hands, and he held up the bag of cookies in his other hand and smiled. Thanks for the cookies. The ones you bring taste the best. And about the play. Yeah? I flinched a bit at him bringing up the subject that's been bothering me anyways. It's only been 2 days since I said I'd do it, and I already missed a rehearsal. Although Red asked for me, I felt bad thinking about it. If you don't really want to participate, you can think about it again. What? I was about to say that I'm sorry and I try harder from now on, but Red said something unexpected. Red avoided my surprised eyes. You said yes because I pushed you too much, right? And most importantly, Lance just put your name on the list. I couldn't deny the fact, so I just stayed quiet. Red must have taken my silence as a yes and looked a bit bitter. I realized afterwards that you might have something else you want to do. I was just so happy that you'd be in the play with me. Never crossed my mind. If I wasn't so insistent, you'd have done something else with your time, right? Probably nothing. So, You could have worked in the cafe T works at. I was just listening quietly, but I couldn't stay quiet any longer at the last thing he said. That would be awkward and weird. I almost asked why he thought that, but I realized it's probably because I missed rehearsal to go to Banjul today. I hurriedly made my excuse. I think you're misunderstanding something. It's not that I don't like the drama club. Of course, I never thought that I'd be in the club, but now I changed my thoughts. It's an incredible opportunity to act in a school play. I think it's awesome to do something I'll remember for a long time. So, you did push me a bit, but now I feel thankful towards you and Lance. I worried if he'd still misunderstand and told him all my honest thoughts. Red listened quietly to what I had to say. He looked ambivalent when I said that it's not that I don't like the drama club, but he frowned when I mentioned Lance. He looked enraged. Lance, that jerk. The more I think about it, the more pissed I get. He said the play was worthless. He gave in and put your name in to protect you, so nothing bad happens to you. I feel like I always lose to him. Red was troubled by the inferiority he feels from Lance again. The difference between them can be each of their strengths, but they always try to hurt each other. I quickly changed the subject to cheer him up, but that's just because if you think about it, Lance is so super that's why they have like the Duke Fest, because Lance is so common. He's the most popular doll. He's common. He has no personality so that the owners can make him whatever they want. And he feels inferior to Red, who was a one-of-a-kind, had this perfectly great concept, and everything was drawn out and has this personality when Lance has nothing. And then Red, on the other hand, feels like, but Lance is the most popular and everybody loves him and there's so many Lance dolls out there and I'm the only one of my kind because I wasn't good enough to be produced. As a line. That's so sad and cute. Aww. They love each other because they're complete opposites. I quickly changed the subject to cheer him up. But now because of that, I can go to school and come home with you. You have no idea how relieved I am because of you. And Lance didn't do that. It's you, isn't it? I was a bit embarrassed at what I said and was blushing, but Red didn't say anything. I glimpsed at him and saw that his cheeks were a bit red too. Of course. That's what I promised to you. Red still seemed a bit sullen, but he seemed to cheer up from what I said. I'm glad. His expression was still a bit hardened, so I beamed at him. Thank you so much. He's like, for what? For eating my cookies. No, I'm just kidding. Red looked at me and then quickly turned his head away. He let out a sigh, and he looked back at me with his face loosened. He quietly opened the bag of cookies I gave him. We shared the cookies and walked home. I feel like the sweetness is filling up the spaces between us. Another day has passed. I opened my familiar diary and thought about the things that happened today. I remember the conversation I had with Red the most. I got to hear about his honest thoughts for at least a little while. I remember the conversation I had with Red on our way home the most. Wait, what? I remember the conversation I had with Red the most. I remember the conversation I had with Red on our way home the most. That's basically the same fucking thing you just said. I want Red to be a bit more confident. On the outside, Red was always energetic and confident. But inside, he was so hurt and troubled by all the inferiority he feels. And I think he feels the most inferior when he's with Lance. Hold on, sorry, I need to stretch. Oh my god. My shoulder is like so tense right now. Oh. I picture the two bickering at each other. I soon felt frustrated at the thought and nibbled on my pen. The two standing side by side in my mind were nothing alike. They each had their own personalities and charms. But sadly, I don't think Red realizes that. Meanwhile, so many kids like Red and follow him. The kids in the drama club and his classmates, they're all his fans and good friends. Is that not enough for Red? I wish he'd realize his own charms at least once. Huh? I was caught up in my thoughts when I heard a knock at the door. Who is it? Come in. Oh, who is it? We're like, who is it? Okay. The door slowly opened as I answered. Through the door, I heard teacups clattering. You're still awake. I'm glad. I brought you tea. Oh, tea. Thanks. I closed the diary when he came in. T watched me. You were writing in your diary? Yeah, it's what I always do, but what kind of tea is it? I brought you Triple Z since it's time for bed. Oh, the tea with the funny name. Haha, yeah. It's poison, so he can molest us in our sleep. T gave me a smile, and I took the teacup. I took a sip. The warmth and aromatic smell flowed through my body. Whew, it's warm. I just made it, so be careful to avoid getting burned. But first, as I put the teacup down and looked at him, T asked me a question. So, who gave me the candies? I told you I can't tell you that. He's actually kind of insistent. I evaded answering. Seeing that, T looked disheartened and let out a sigh. I shouldn't have taken them then. I was a bit flustered from what he said and convinced him. But you already took them. Or why don't you try taking presents from now on? I heard that there's a separate fan club for all the girls you rejected because you refuse everything. That's the first time That's the first time I heard that. If it's true, I'm very sorry, but I think it's right to refuse the presents if I'm going to reject their confessions anyways. I don't know who they're from, but if I can't say yes, then I don't want them. Those candies, I mean. So if you tell me who they're from, I'll go give them back. I felt my heart sink from what he said. My hands were getting slippery from all the sweat. If T really gives the present back to Soy, then she'll be so hurt. You'll give them back yourself? That's too cruel. She was really happy that you took them. But what she did was kind of detestable. She used you. Well, that's true, but... T finally gave in after seeing me evade and looked troubled. All right, come to think of it, you might get in trouble if I return them. All right, I'll keep the candies. Instead, make it clear to her that I'm not accepting them in the way she wants me to. Fine. I knew it. He finally ended up saying the thing I feared the most. I thought things went too well. And I felt sorry to T. T was being the bad guy on purpose, not to hurt other people. I mean, seriously though, what did we expect? Like, oh, he took the gift, he doesn't know who it's from. Why, if he's refusing gifts from girls that literally come up to him and he can see their faces and he knows who they are, why would he take a mystery gift? Cool, I'll take a mystery gift just because somebody I know is handing it to me. I mean, it is kind of a roundabout, stupid way of doing it, but, I nodded with a heavy heart. What Soy wanted was for T to take the present anyways, so at least half of her wish came true. T tried to break the ice and change the subject. Well, since that's taken care of, did you give the cookies you bought? Huh? Oh, yeah. Thanks to that, I was able to have an honest conversation with Red. I see. T stroked his chin quietly. He looks as if he knows something. Knows something that we don't. I carefully asked him, You know, T, isn't Red a bit weird these days? He looks so down, and he says a lot of things I can't understand. T, do you know what's going on with him? How should I put it? T made a puzzling expression. Don't play around and tell me if you know something. It was weird when he shouted out loud that he likes you and stormed out. Does it have to do with you? Come to think of it, I think he talked about you today, too. Yeah, that did happen. He talked about me today. I think I now understand. Really? What is it? What is it? You want to know? I want to know! Above everything else, you want to know the most about Red. Huh? He folded his arms and said as if inspecting me. You bought cookies earlier to give to Red, and you're in the drama club with him. So now you guys always go to school together because of that. T mumbled to himself. Even if those things did happen, it's natural to be curious of Red. He was always bright, and now he's suddenly so gloomy. Besides, he's not just being gloomy. He looks like he lost all his confidence. If that's how you see it, then I guess that's how it is. Don't be so ambiguous and tell me why Red's acting like that, if you know, please. We can think of a way to cheer him up. I get what you mean. But if we do something for Red together, he might not like it. Huh? Why? I'll tell you why later, but first, you said Red looks like he lost his confidence. Yeah. Has it ever crossed your mind that that's how Red really is? What? We've always seen him be energetic. The way he always believes he has some kind of special power hidden within him. But what if Red's been hiding his true self all this time? I couldn't answer easily. Red was always simple-minded and positive. I always thought that's how he is. But after hearing what T said, I felt confused. I thought there might really be a side of Red I don't know about. Do you want to know more about Red? Huh? T said while staring into my eyes. He looked serious. If that's what you want, and if that'll make you happy, I'll tell you. I'll ask again. Do you want to know more about Red? How should I answer? T, I like you. Wait. That's not even... That should seriously... There's a part of me that just wants to choose that and see what fucking happens. But it's not even a bad ending, but it should be. That should be a fucking bad ending. That's like, T, I like you. Then I'll be with you forever, Spacey. And then, like, it's over and you're like, oh, okay. We just, like... I just can't even... This is like... They're kind of like, T, I love you. Or, yeah, find out more about Red. What kind of choices are these? Like, oh my god. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this part up here because we're going over, but we're obviously going to choose, yeah, I want to know more when we come back. So, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.